Hello everyone, and welcome to the Home Facebook page. Home is a comic mini-series that I hope to develop very soon, and with your help it may just come to fruition. This page will serve as not only an introduction to Home, so you don't have to read a wall of text, but also it will show you art, we're going to give you updates, we're going to talk about Kickstarter, which I'll get to later in the video, and just be your news, your updates about this very special comic in my mind. So what is Home? Well, Home is about a girl named Alicia who is literally stuck in life. She was born with natural blue hair, as you'll see in the pictures below. And this has caused her to be a target by virtually everyone because they just can't get it through their heads that she was honestly born with natural blue hair. And it's no fault of her own that she was born that way. Now, she lives on our Earth, roughly around the same time period, and we pick up roughly 23 years into her life. And she is, as I said, stuck in life. Her parents are gone. They died about 5 years previous in the present day we see the comic in. And no matter where she goes, no matter what she does, she just can't get a win. Whether it's people looking at her weirdly as she walks down the street because they notice her hair, whether it's her job, which is incredibly dead end, and which actually makes her cover up her hair. And she doesn't have friends. She just can't win. Her only saving grace is that she's actually a pretty good programmer. And she spends what little free time she has just tinkering away on a very relic of a computer in our day and age. That means something. And one day, she actually sees code on a material object. Now, when I say that, imagine it like this. Imagine the wall behind me, and imagine you see lines of code just on that wall. Be pretty weird, wouldn't it? I mean, that's not supposed to happen. And that's how Alicia reacts at first. But after a while, she just can't ignore the code anymore. And so she goes and she interacts with it, and she realizes that as she manipulates this code, things happen. For example, the first time she sees a code, she sees it in a hole on the wall. Sorry. And when she fixes the code, the wall fixes itself. Pretty weird. So time goes on, she keeps seeing the code, and she starts fixing it everywhere she can. And it eventually gets to the point where she's going to find a ginormous pillar of code, not attached to anything, just in an alley. And she's going to fix it, and it's going to open up a portal to another dimension. And she's literally going to get pulled into said dimension, and she'll arrive in the world and city of Altaria. Now, Altaria is the very definition of not our Earth. Why? Because in this dimension, where Altaria is, she is in a place where there are knights and there are monsters. The catch is that the monsters are very, very natural, yet very, very something out of a horror novel, or a horror book, or a horror movie, whatever you want to call it. And the knights are very futuristic, and they use the code that Alicia can see. It's kind of like their version of the Force or magic or something like that. It is a natural entity that exists in Altaria, and somehow Alicia got to see it on her Earth. Now, as Alicia is literally thrown into the world of Altaria, she has got to not only adapt to her new surroundings, she's actually going to become a knight of Altaria and help these people who are essentially getting overrun by these monsters known as the Shreef. And as she continues on her journey, as this miniseries goes on, she's gonna not only find out more about herself, but she's gonna ask herself a very important question, one that I think a lot of us ask at times, and that is the question of where is your home? So that's just a very brief synopsis. I'm trying not to spoil too much, as we got a lot of stuff we want to show you, but that is a nice little overview of what you can expect from Home should we get to develop this. Now, aside from this page right here, we are going to be starting a Kickstarter to fund each issue of Home. We'll obviously start with the first one. Then we're probably going to go between 4 to 6 issues depending on how the story unfolds and whether I feel it can extend without becoming filler or boring, because that's not what I want. It's not what I do. It's not how I write. Our Kickstarter will launch on October 5th. We'll happily remind you almost every day about that. It's countdown to Home Kickstarter, as it were, and we'll give you more updates as it develops. In the meantime, I would really appreciate it if you help spread the word about Home. Like I said, we have art below. We're going to be showing more art as we lead up to the Kickstarter, and we'll be revealing more about the Kickstarter. I'll probably do another video or two talking about some of the rewards you can get and how you can help make this happen, because we actually have a really good team behind Home. We have some really good artists in Aaron Baldock. We have Bethany Varney, she's our colorist, and Zach Sam is our letterer, and of course I, Todd Black, as your writer. And these 3 people are really, really good, and they're really, really incredible, and I owe them so much for even considering helping me make Home, and I want to do right by them, and I also want to do right by you, the hopeful readers of Home. So I hope you'll spread it around. I hope you'll let me know what you think of not just the art, but the idea and everything that comes with it. So on behalf of everyone on Team Home, I thank you for coming here. I thank you for watching this 7-minute video, and I hope to see you around.